right at 7:30.
Bam.
I'm going to go ahead and start, guys, because we've got 30 minutes with Joel, and I know you guys may have some questions, but welcome to everybody. Welcome all of you busy girls. I know that I see babies on the call. I know that some of you work full-time, work part-time, are balancing work and mom stuff, are going to school, and so it means a lot that you are here. So like I said, we've got 30 minutes. If you have any questions, make sure you're on mute the whole time, just because it can get like a little bit crazy if Joel's trying to share. Hey, we've got Vince from the UK. Joel, Vince and Sarah Lynn are all the way from the UK. It is 12:30, like not 12:30 midnight. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yay, I'm so glad you guys came. So you have any questions, put them in the chat box and we will get them to them at the end. So let me first introduce Joel and a little bit about him. So one of the things I think is really, really cool about just Beachbody programs in general, so Lift 4 is like brought to you, can get to you through Beachbody. And what I love is that they don't just go and find like an actor and teach them how to do workout moves. You know, they could do that. They could totally do that. But Joel has so much experience in the fitness world. He started out in college working at a gym, became a personal trainer, went on to manage a gym, went on to do group fitness instructing, went on to be the executive group fitness instructor for one of the most successful Gold's Gym in the country, which I would guess would be in the world, and then was recruited to be a trainer for Les Mills. And then now is bringing all of that. So this is not a gym hater. I think sometimes we can like think that, oh, because we do at-home fitness that we must be gym haters. Like that's not the truth at all. He's just bringing to you everything that he knows from working with one-on-one clients to leading lots of people in group fitness. And then he's boiling it down to make it work in the home. And so that's just a little bit about him. Joel, let me tell you who you are talking to. You are talking to busy people. So we've got busy men, busy women. We've got lots of moms. We've got new moms that are like, I have to start working out, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. And they hear 4 days of workouts. We've got working moms that have toddlers or other kids and are doctors. And again, it's like, I know I have to do this, but how is this going to work? We've got Vince in the UK who is an engineer and goes to work and is trying to make it all work. And he wants to know, like, is this program going to work for a dude? Like, is this going to give me muscle? Like, how is this going to work for all of us? So that is who you're talking to. This is not just a group of coaches. We have invited all of our friends and our family because we know we get to experience the live workouts with you at Summit and these different things, but they don't. So like they don't get that you are a real person and that when we share how much you've changed our life, like through like Core to Force, you guys, if you've ever done that program, like I'm obsessed with that program. And now just doing the preview workouts for Lift 4, they don't get that like this. We're not trying to sell them something. We're trying to share what has changed us. So that's who you're talking to. Is there anything that I didn't cover as far as like just your background and your heart and kind of where you're coming from?
No, nicely done. I was like, I forgot about some of those things. It's kind of funny, like when people start reading back what you've done, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. No, first of all, seriously, hi everybody. I know it's early for me. I'm on the West Coast, but I know, yeah, like you're in dinner time and all this stuff. And so seriously, actually everything that you just said in terms of who I'm talking to, you guys, I love it because you are the people I want to talk to. Okay. Not that I don't like talking to coaches all the time, but look, actually you can vouch for this a lot of times, and all the coaches on here, you guys are going crazy right now with all of your questions because you're asking all these questions about Lift 4 based on stuff that you've already done with Beachbody, and you're comparing to other programs and stuff. So anybody who's on here who is new to this, I love you. You're my target, and you are my target people. And if you're busy and you say I don't have time to work out, then I'm like, yay, let's talk, because that's what Lift 4 is all about. So first of all, thank you for being on. Second of all, Kobe wants to say hi, my little buddy. My little cat.
Oh.
It's kind of I feel like Dr. No from James Bond, where I'm sitting here just petting the cat as I'm talking. Hello, kitty. Oh, now he's gone. He's a little camera shy. He gets pissed off when I do that. He'll be back. So, yeah, like let's chat. Let's chat about why why anybody can do Lift 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so why is it different? I mean, there are so many options when it comes to fitness. Like I said, like
right.
I remember being that new mom, like I felt like I never could sleep. I couldn't put down the baby. And you're like, just give me something that works. So why is Lift 4 so unique from any other program?
I got you. Yeah, I got you guys on this one. Trust me. So like what you talked about is, I've been in this business, the health and fitness industry, the business of this since I was 19, and have been, majority of that was on the business side. And yes, I was a personal trainer and did all these things, but so I know this business. I know how this works, and I know where I have my own frustrations about what I see happening. And look, through everything we've done in the gym world, and I'm not a gym hater. I love going to the gym still. I just don't have time to, but I still will go to it anytime I can because I love the variety of the dumbbells and the equipment and everything. I think it's a great place because you're surrounded by a bunch of people trying to get better, right? It's a great environment to be in. So I absolutely love that. And that's my background. That's my roots. That's where I learned almost all the stuff that actually I put into Lift 4 came from the gym world. And my mentors as well. So, which we'll talk about in just a second. But the thing about Lift 4 is, okay, why is it so unique? Why is it different? Okay, you guys, like, because right now we're in a digital information age of overload at this point, where there's an app for everything, there's a program for everything, and you Google stuff, and it's too much at this point. So, what is it that Lift 4 is going to do that nothing else can do? Well, look, number one thing is. When I started to design this program, which was a couple of years ago, in terms of thinking about what this would look like and chatting with the team, and Carl and everybody at Beachbody was saying, look, it's time to go back to basics, and because the basics work. And I think the pendulum has swung one direction where there's so many instances now where people have this feeling where it has to be all or nothing. Where if I don't work out 6 or 7 days a week, it's not going to work. And if I don't eat clean 100% of the time or 90% of the time, it's not going to work. So this all or nothing mentality, we got to get rid of it. It just doesn't, it doesn't work. And this is all my opinion, of course, but look what's happening. We're still missing it. We're still having the same conversations. 80% of the population doesn't work out. And like everyone who's on this call right now, your barriers, these issues that prevent you from working out. And number one, it's usually time. Or number two, it's a 2-year-old that's running around your ankles. There's all these different things. So what Lift 4 presents is the first opportunity I truly feel of a flexible exercise plan. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean of saying, well, maybe I'll, do I get to work out or not? You're going to work out, but with 4 days, because Lift 4, that's where the 4 came from. It's 4 days. And it gives you the flexibility to move those 4 days around as you need to, as necessary. So, if it's your job, and I think the medical field is a great example for nurses that work 3 12-hour shifts. You can do your workouts 4 days in a row and then have your 3 rest days, however you need to. Like it provides a lot of flexibility. Some realistic expectations are set in terms of, are you going to get results? Absolutely. We're going to clean up your nutrition. We can talk more about that in a second, but it's just very, very simple. It's going back to basics. And from the weightlifting perspective, this was my favorite thing about this is I went back to the classic weightlifting world of hypertrophy training, 3 sets of 10. And that's going to allow, and doing that allows everyone to lift more weight than you ever have before. So we're getting out of the 5 and 10 pound dumbbell range. We're going up to the 20s and 30s, ladies. Lifting, you're going to be lifting and you're going to get strong and it's going to be awesome.
I love that. And my husband's a nurse. And so I think sometimes there's, like you said, there's this all or nothing mentality that just beats people down, because if you tell my husband, who works from 6:30 a.m. and gets home at midnight, that he's a failure because he can't, it's not healthy, right, to work out at that point. And yet he sees that schedule with 7 things. And he's in great shape, but it's where does that leave you? It kind of leaves your mind a little bit of a mess. And so I love that, just that sense of 100%, they can be 100% in this program with zero guilt, zero shame, and still have all of that
And look, that was the goal, is to provide the flexibility, but then also there needs to be some mental releases of just like what we're talking about, is the fact of like, look, when you're trying to stick with a program and we all wake up on Monday with the best of intentions to work out, and then stuff, crap happens and you don't get to work out. And then if you're trying to follow a program that's just 6 or even 7 days a week and you miss Monday, and now all of a sudden you feel like you're behind and you got to do 2 workouts on Tuesday. And that's not like, and I hate double work day workouts. I think that's overtraining, guys. Like overtraining is becoming a real problem. Like we're having people that don't work out, and then we're having people that work out too much. And so I think we got to get past that as well. And just so that's why I would live for. I just like, look, let's create something that's flexible, and then we'll set realistic expectations and still give you amazing results all at the same time.
Now, just like really, really quickly, when you said overtraining, I have seen in the past 4 years as a coach, I feel like a lot of women that are struggling with weight loss because I think they're creating too much cortisol in their body. And so I know this wasn't something, it's a little bit off, but
no, it's fine. Let's talk about it.
A tiny bit about, and we're not saying here like never work out, but like finding that balance between like doing your best and giving your best and listening to your body with that kind of like sensitivity, that hormonal, like how that can actually affect.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if you're a new mom and you're not sleeping, your cortisol levels are through the freaking roof right now. Like you got to give. I get questions all the time about from pregnancy to new moms to breastfeeding and all these things. Like how do I get my pre-baby body back? And I'm like, first of all, you just brought something into the world. Like I stubbed my toe and I cried. Okay. You guys just like housed an individual for 9 months and then had it. And now you're keeping it and you alive. Okay. Like my wife and I, we don't even have any plants in the house, for God's sake. Okay. Like this is an amazing feat of the human body. So you have to give your body a little bit of a break. Now from the aesthetics, I get it because that has to do with confidence and feeling good. And I totally understand that. But if you're breastfeeding, you have to be at least, you're already 500 calories over what you should be doing in a day just so you can produce breast milk. Like there's so many things to it. So why add one more stress factor about working out? Like, why would you do that? So with Lift 4, it's more like along the lines of saying, look, you didn't sleep last night at all because your baby was up. Okay, you don't have to work out today. Take a nap. Like reducing your cortisol levels and reducing the stress factors is so important in all of this. And then you wake up the next day, hopefully, and you feel good, and then you hit your workout and you get better results because you're pushing yourself harder. So it really is one of those things. And that's why with Lift 4, I wanted to make this where even in that, and that's a perfect example. So thank you for bringing that up. I just wanted to make it to the point where like, this doesn't stress you out, and you just are able to do it whenever you're able to, because with 4 days, you can move it around however you need to. You have that flexibility to do it.
Now, on the flip side, we've been sharing some before and after pictures from the first test group that you took, just not that many through, but what about the person that's like, well, I'm ready. I want those results. I want that before and after. Like, how is this going? How are they going to get results from the 4 days?
Well, this is the beauty of it. They're not doing anything different. It's still the same 4 days. Mm-hmm. So you guys, like, no matter what, it doesn't matter if you do your 4 days on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's the suggested workout calendar. And that's if you're not sure how to do it and where to start. But everybody did the exact same 4 days. And they did the exact same workouts, and they were still able to live their life. And we can talk about the rest days in a second, but they all had their rest days, and they took those rest days and they moved it around if they needed to, if they were traveling. Some people like to, one person was training for a marathon, so we moved the rest days around as they need to. So if you do your long run on Saturday, don't do leg day on Friday. Like, some common sense stuff here. And it worked. It worked for everybody. One of the test groups, she did the program 6 weeks into the program. She ran a century marathon. That's 100 miles. Like, I don't know what the hell. But and she actually did better than she was training for because she was doing this. One of our cast members in the actual program itself, Sam, the little blonde mom of 3, she used to never lift weights before this program. She came into it. We went through rehearsal. She went through the whole program with us as we did it. And she shaved 40 seconds off her mile. Wow. For running. Like, you got to lift, guys. No matter what you do, you have to lift. It's muscles. Muscles make you do muscles are allowing me to do this. Okay. Everything, you have to have the muscles. And it comes down to, you're doing the same 4 days no matter what, but it's how you challenge yourself. And yes, you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You don't start, throughout the workouts, I say as comparison, okay, Ashley Joy's lifting this way, Sam's lifting this way, Josh is lifting this way, but it's about for you to gauge how you're feeling. And if you push yourself and then give your body the rest days that it needs to fully recover, you're going to see amazing results. And it's for guys and girls. Like this program works for everybody. Okay. And because look, women want lean muscle mass. Guys want to bulk up, which I hate that word, bulking up. You guys, those are still the two exact same things. You're going to get the same results. It just but everything else factors into it. Your body type, how much testosterone you have in your body, your genetics, like everything else plays into it. So you're going to get muscle no matter what. Like that's going to happen in this program.
And if you would say, because going through different programs and everything, different types of workouts give you different results. So what should they expect if they go through this program, the 8 weeks, the 4 days? Like, is it a shredding program, a bulking, just not like a maintenance? I mean, what should they expect?
Well, look, I get, again, I hate the word bulking because there's nothing scientifically correct about the word bulking. Okay. Bulk is shopping at Costco and Sam's Club. Like that's bulking. Okay. Like bulk buying. Muscle doesn't bulk. It grows or it shrinks. Okay. And we're talking minimal growth, and it goes into all those other things I just talked about. So for ladies, you're not going to get bigger manly muscles because that requires more different hormones and testosterone, and like your testosterone levels in your body, like is the equivalent of a 5-year-old boy in your body. So like your testosterone is just not there, and it requires so much other things as well. But so in terms of like what kind of results can you expect? You're going to build muscle. You're going to burn fat. What more do you need?
I guess
what more do you want, right?
What I'm asking is, a lot of people came off of 80-day obsession and they're like, I didn't lose any weight. They got a great body, like they feel strong as an ox, but they didn't lose weight. And it's like, well, what's the problem? You know what I mean? Like, is this something where they're going to see the scale move, or are we more looking for like, just sculpting our muscles and,
Yeah, well, you can't, look, I hate the scale. I think it's a piece of crap. I think it's a great gauge. Of course, some people like to gauge where they're at. To be full disclosure, I get on the scale after a good poop just to see what happens. That's the only time I ever step on the scale. Okay. It's gross, but that's just me. Cause like, I just don't care. You guys, what will happen in Lift 4 is anytime you're doing, and I know with 80-day obsession, it was way more intense and everything like that. So I can't speak to that, but I can speak to Lift 4, obviously. 8 weeks of lifting changes your body composition. Okay. When we are building muscle, you are changing your body composition. So over the 8 weeks, if you're going off the scale, you're going to drive yourself crazy, because the first couple of weeks, you're going to see the scale drop. And then the next couple of weeks, you're going to see the scale go up. And then you're not going to even know what your original starting weight was at that point, unless you wrote it down. It's just, the idea here is to change your body composition and add muscle to your body. And the reason we want to do that is because this whole mentality of doing extra cardio and eating less is not long-term, it's not sustainable, and it doesn't work as well. But if we increase your muscle mass in your body, your skeletal muscle mass, throughout your entire body, we are increasing your RMR, which is your resting metabolic rate, which means that the more muscle you have in your body, the more calories you will burn just by sitting here right now. That's what you want to do. Who doesn't want to burn extra calories just by sitting down? But you got to have muscle for it. So that way, in doing that, the more muscle we have, the more we work that muscle as it's increasing as we go through this program, you're going to be torching calories by the end of it. And that's the goal here. And that's where the ultimate long-term fat loss comes from. And that's actually how you keep it off and how you prevent from gaining your weight back. That, I think, right there is one of the most important factors. I really want people to come out of this is understand it's not just about those 8 weeks. Just like it's not just about this 30 to 40 minute workout. It's about what's happening after that workout. And it's what's happening after this program, where we can create sustainable results. And you don't do this program for 8 weeks and you gain all your weight back. Okay, that's not what this is about. It's actually doing this and then continuing with it, and you continue your journey and still stay happy with it and see the results.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the preview workouts already. Like, the idea of like lifting really heavy and then just mentally getting a little break with the cardio. Like I like that it just mixes it up. I'm leading a group right now that we're just doing all different workouts, but we've mixed in the before lift 4. And I asked them, so what was your favorite from this week? You know, they're doing just, I'm not going to name, but like from all different.
Yeah.
And they were all like, lift 4. I was like, yes, more of this. I'm so excited. Okay, I have 2 more questions because I want to respect your last 10 minutes. And this one I think is great. It's from Jessica, and she says, I love to run, and I'm training for a half marathon, my first one ever. Yeah. That is in November. Is Lift 4 a good way to help train for that and run on the off days? Like, so anybody who's like, I go to a bar class or I run or, you know, CrossFit, like where does this fit in? And does it work?
Yeah, 100%. Look, here's the deal. Here's the way to think about the rest days. Okay. Don't overcomplicate this, guys. Seriously. It's not necessary to do it. The rest days are for 2 things. One, like I said earlier, to give your body the actual rest that your muscles need to recover. So and if that's the case, then what it means is stay away. So no weightlifting on your rest days and no high intensity interval training on those rest days. That's it. That's what you stay away from. Okay. So no additional weightlifting, because I promise you with these 4 days, if you push yourself, you're not going to need to lift any extra. Okay. That's the point of this. And then the second aspect of it is, yes, get your life back. Like whatever else you want to do, we should call it like live your life days or something like that. Cause that's the point. Go to bar class, go to yoga class, go to a spin class, run your little heart to your little heart's content. And if you're training for a marathon, yes, like I said, that's when you can move the days around. So if you're, whatever your long run day is, if it's Saturday or Sunday, for instance, just move the days a little bit. So you don't want to do leg day right now. The leg day for Lift 4 is on Fridays. So if that's or on the first 6 weeks it is. So if that's the case, move it to a Tuesday and take back and biceps and move it to a Friday. Like it's still just the 4 workouts. It doesn't matter what. And honestly, in my opinion, we did a suggested calendar, like I said, just because I wanted to give people a suggestion. That's made for the people who are doing anything at all and get them started. But if you're running, if you're training everything, just move it. It's still going to work. Some days I will wake up and be like, I ain't doing legs today. I'm going to do shoulders. I'll do legs tomorrow. Like it's totally okay.
So listen to your body, live your life. Basically, that's what this whole thing is about. Khali wants to know, she said she's had, I think, surgery and she's not supposed to lift over a certain amount of weight for a while. She said, Is it worth even doing this program or should she wait till she's got that weight restriction lifted to start it?
Yeah, I get the mentality here. But like, what? Or do nothing? I mean, look, something's better than nothing, right? So,
cardio.
No. Do this program. No, totally do it. Because even if you lift light, but like as long as you have the understanding that you're not going to get the optimal results, how it's been advertised and how we tested it. Because if you can't lift your 75 to 85% of your rep max, that's fine. But as long as it's still better than nothing, right? It's the same thing with the resistance band. We did the resistance band option as for people who travel and if you don't have all the dumbbells and things like that. But we didn't. It's not meant to the entire program to do the resistance band, but it's better than nothing, right? So again, going after all the barriers for people who aren't able to work out because I travel all the time. Great, put the resistance band in your bag. You can do it.
Yep. No, okay. I'm really excited. Some of you have never been in a test group, but I'm really excited because Joel is opening up a test group, like a second round test group that's available to all of us. So Joel, can you tell us when that starts, what to expect, what extra value they're going to get to you, and then get from you, and then how they get in this test group?
So the test group that's going on right now, it is a coach test group. It's a Beachbody coach test group. So the 2 criteria of this are, 1, you have to have the VIP early access to the Lift 4 program, and 2, you have to be a Team Beachbody coach. But you can talk more about that actually after I get off about like what that means, because it doesn't mean it doesn't mean you have to do this as a job. There's a way. It can be very, very simple. You just have to sign up as a coach. But so the program is the test group actually kicked off yesterday. We're in prep week right now because we're a week out. So we call it prep week. I went in there live today. We're up to almost 35,000 people in there, which is awesome. I'm so excited because the whole point of this is to give you guys this right here, what's happening every single day of the next 8 weeks. I may not be going live every single day, but I'm going to be in there every day looking at questions and comments. I'm going to post every single day, and that's where people can post their comments and questions and things like that. And we're basically just going after this for the next 8 weeks. And it's meant to give you the best possible experience and the best possible results in these next 8 weeks. So yeah, it's really comes down to like, get in there right now, man, because now's the time. So we start on Monday. Yeah.
So Lift 4, it's releasing early. There's an early opportunity to start this program starting Monday.
Yes.
And so these test groups, it's run in Facebook. And I don't know about you guys, but like there's so many times in life where I feel like, but what about me? Like, oh, this is great. This works for everybody. But I have this weird exception. Like Khali's like, what do I do about the weights? Or Jess is like, what do I do about running? And you feel like you're going mad. Like you can Google all day long, but you just want to ask Joel. You just want to ask the program creator. Like you just want to ask the person that actually can give you the answer. And so that's what this test group is you can ask. He's going to share like all this extra information, but you can also go in there and ask that question that pertains to you that's going to make a difference to you. And I just feel like, wow, like it's just huge. So
yeah, I think it's a great opportunity as well. And I don't know about you guys, but I suck at waiting for things. So because look, Live 4 doesn't technically launch until October 1st. That's the launch date, because that's when it goes into Beachbody On Demand All Access. The VIP Early Access is like, the way I think about it, it's kind of like a movie coming out in the theaters. If you're not a coach, then that's kind of the way to think about it, is if you don't want to wait, you're getting this opportunity. And the only reason that we're doing it that way is because this is a phenomenal opportunity. It's a training and a business opportunity for coaches. Is the VIP Early Access, a chance to for them to work on their business. I'm going to be pulling in more business training into this coach test group as well, based on all my experience in the fitness world too. So we're bringing a lot more to it than just talking about the workouts, but more than we have time to talk about. But yeah, it's just a great opportunity right now if you've been thinking about it, like just try it. Like the worst thing you have to lose is fat. I mean, but there you go. I do have to go in 3 minutes, but I saw a couple of questions actually in the chat box.
Yeah, let's answer Vince's. Since he's representing all the way from the UK.
I know, I'm going to get to both. Ladies first, Lindsay asked about, since I don't use the scale, how do I personally measure changes in my body? Is there a test for body fat muscle? You guys, I am so old school. I go off of how my clothes fit and how do I look naked. Seriously, like, and is my wife happy with what happens when I take my clothes off? I seriously think it's that simple, because look, the thing about the scale, and this is what I actually love about 2B Mindset, we don't have a lot of time to talk about that, but like it doesn't talk about calories, and they use the scale a little bit to judge your progress. But you guys, I love the simplicity of it, but here's my problem with the scale. I fluctuate 5 pounds in a day. Seriously. Like I can go and do one boxing session for an hour and lose 5 pounds. Like your body just fluctuates so much. Now, look, if you have more weight to lose, then yes, it's going to be a journey, and that's why the scale is great to kind of gauge. If you have 20 or more pounds to lose, then you can kind of gauge your progress. So I don't want anybody to think that don't ever use a scale, but when you get to a point where you're pretty happy with it, don't let it fix it. Don't start fixating on it. Don't get stuck on it, because it's only going to make you, it's going to be one more thing that'll stress you out. Okay. But seriously, how do your clothes fit? How do you look when you take your clothes off? Like those are my 2 things. So, Vince, struggling to gain muscle and extra strength. This program, in terms of anabolic and catabolic, it's a bit of both, because we go through the weightlifting aspect of it, and then we go through the HIIT portion of it. But this is from a Science 101 perspective. This is the best way to combine weightlifting and cardio without actually and adding the cardio without taking away from your weightlifting benefits. We don't want to cannibalize muscle during this process, and this is the best way of doing it. So I've seen amazing increases just in my body doing this. I'm stronger than I've ever been before, and fitter and faster, and it works. So it's just pushing yourself, and you're gonna get a good sense of it just in the next week or two, just after when you start it, because it's full on. But you're gonna be able to lift heavy too, which is fun.
That's perfect. Okay, well, it's 8, and I want to respect your time.
Bam, I got another coach call that I'm jumping on right now. So
thank you so much. Like, this isn't just
absolutely.
like a program. This is what lets us have more time with our kids. This is what lets us, honestly, I was thinking like when I'm 80 years old, I want to be like on one of those viral videos, like doing the Granny Olympics, like, and be like, it's because I could do this forever. And it started now and I didn't lapse, and it just built. So it makes a huge impact in our lives. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And seriously, guys, Ashley, I know we're going to talk more about it. The coach test group, talk about that. And I just did a post today on creatine. There's been a lot of questions about creatine on Joel Freeman Fitness on Facebook and Instagram. So go check it out. Kobe made an appearance in that post as well. So go check it out, because I know there's a lot of questions about that. And then get your butts in the group and let's have some fun.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
And everybody, if you want to stick on for just a second, I will kind of like talk a little bit about some of the things that maybe were, I don't want to say a little bit confusing, but just clarify some of the lingo and everything. So to clarify, anybody who already has a Beachbody on-demand membership, basically, if you don't know what that is, it's you get a full year of access to over 30 different workout programs. And this is over 700 actual workouts. So everything from yoga to kickboxing. Like Joel has an amazing kickboxing-esque MMA program. It's like my favorite. I love it. There's heavy weightlifting, HIIT cardio. I mean, there's dance, line dancing. There's like Brazil butt lift. There's 80-day obsession, 21-day. I mean, there's so many, and you get access to everything. So Lift 4, you will get access to it if you have on demand already in October. But there is an early access opportunity, and that starts Monday the 16th. And all that means is that in addition to all of the other programs you get, you will then have loaded into your library the Lift 4 program. And why would you want to do it now instead of October? Well, I don't know. Do you want to? Like for me, I want to, because summer has me all discombobulated. Like it's 8 p.m. here and it's sunny. So my kids, they're not even home yet. Sam took them out, but like they aren't going to bed until 9:30. So I have less and less me time in the summer. There's less activities, less me time. So I know I'm busier, and I'm like, I'm ready for something that's 4 days a week, 30 minutes, well-rounded, does everything. Then another reason is there's a lot of excitement behind it. So you're going to be in a challenge group with your coach where there's a lot of energy, and everybody's doing the same program. And that, like, I think that sounds like, oh, well, that would be fun, but it's priceless. Like having that much energy and focus on the same thing. Like everybody's doing day 1 together, day 2 together, day 3, day 4, all the way till the end, when you're like at the very end, you're like, oh, I don't know if I can keep going. I kind of want to quit. But it's like, no, you came in with a tribe that you didn't know. You bonded with them because you're all doing something hard together, and you keep going. So that's reason number 2. Reason number 3 is the test group with Joel. And so that's just like a bonus, a cherry on top. And so your coach that invited you here is going to take you through their own challenge group, offer you accountability, one-on-one accountability, group accountability, fun, a community. But you'll also have the opportunity to be in Joel's test group, which is his Facebook group, for more of that, and just more of like a focus on fitness and the program and information, and where you can ask questions. And like you said, it's a coach test group, but here's the thing, guys. The way when you enroll to do one of our programs with a challenge pack, you can be a coach for free. Now, sure, can you use this as a business? Like if your friend and your mom want to, do Lift 4 with you, you could make some commission. You could, like, because why not have them sign up with you? Or, maybe you're like, hey, I kind of could use some spending money for like back to school shopping. Maybe I'll just kind of like see if anybody wants to do this with me. Sure, you could make a commission, but that's not the goal here. Like that's not what we're saying for you to get into the test group. It's not like some trick to get you to run a business. It's just a way that we can give you our 25% discount. So just like if you had a Sam's Club membership, and you get in Sam's Club and you get all the, discounts, it's basically like us just saying, here's a membership card so that you can have 25% off. So you get 25% off of everything in the future. And it also lets you have that opportunity if anybody ever did want to purchase something through you, you could earn a commission, but then you also get into this test group. So looking at, and you talk to your coach about this so they can share a little bit more like what it exactly looks like. Let me see if I can find a graphic. But as far as starting Lift 4 and getting into a challenge group, here we go. You have some different options. And I'm going to look first at the options for just those of you who have never, don't have Beachbody On Demand. And so we'll start with the top one. So the all-in. So what's going to come with this is you get Lift 4 like Monday. And you also, right now, there's 4 before Lift 4 workouts that are amazing that you would get access to tonight. And I've been doing those. So you get that. And you get On Demand for a full year. So it's the annual On Demand membership. And that's the one I said with over 700 workouts and over 30 programs. You get 30 days of Shakeology. There's vegan and whey, cafe latte, chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. You choose which one or combo. You get 2 tubs of Recover. Recover has branched chain amino acids. And these may sound like just for people that are like butch and like all in the gym. But let me tell you, when you're lifting heavy, your muscles are going to be crying. Like they're going to be sore. And those branched chain amino acids, they're just amino acids. It's no funky chemical business. It's just clean. It goes in and it breaks down the lactic acid and it soothes those muscles so you don't have that soreness. So I'm telling you, it's like a game changer. Sometimes my calves or knees will start to get achy after I work out a lot. And the branched chain amino acids get rid of that too. You'll get 1 tub of Energize. Energize, I call Mommy Go-Go Juice or my liquid motivation. It's quercetin, which is actually something I give to my son for his allergies. It helps, it's a high level antioxidant from pigment of like fruits, but it helps, so it's antioxidant, so it gets rid of free radicals, helps with gut motility. That's just a sidebar thing that it does, but it does, which is awesome. And then it has another beta alanine, so more amino acids to help break down those lactic acid. So basically, you have more energy, less pain, you work out harder, you get better results. It's kind of like that 4 days in and out. Same thing with the Energize. Like, don't just go through the motions with your baby weights. Like, you're gonna make it work, but without it, it makes it more fun and easy. You get 1 thing of Hydrate, which is electrolyte replacement, super clean. Like, I call it clean Gatorade. Gatorade is full of crap. This stuff is amazing. I drink a ton of it in the summer. 2 things of Recharge. Recharge, or what is kind of like another muscle recovery that you drink. It's overnight. You get all the Lift 4 printed materials. So that's like schedules, recipe books, calendar, 2 resistance bands. So these are so you can either modify, get a different type of muscular workout, or for when you travel and you can't take your weights. You get 2 Shakeology and Performance cups, a core comfort mat, and a foam roller. All right, so that's the main one. The middle one is you're going to get, you can kind of look. So basically, you're just going to get a little bit different. 30 days of Shakeology, the Recover, the Energize, the printed material, the bands, the shaker cups, the full year of On Demand, and early access to Lift 4. And then the last choice is you get, this is kind of just the basics, you get a full year of On Demand. So after you do Lift 4, you get Lift 4, early access. But after you get Lift 4, you can go do another program and another one and another one and another one. There's no excuses to ever stop or fall off the wagon. You get 30 days of Shakeology or 30 days of Recover, the BCAAs, and Energize, the pre-workout. So it's Shakeology or that. The resistance band, the printed material, and the Shakeology cup. So this is what we call a challenge pack or like a sales bundle. It's a huge savings, a huge savings when you put them together. And it also makes it to where you can sign up as a coach for free. And again, nobody's trying to get you to become a coach, although it's changed our lives. So we highly do recommend it, but we're just saying this is how we can kind of find a loophole to pass on our 25% savings and get you in that test group, if that sounds good to you. Does anybody have any questions about any of that. What weights are needed? What's the cost to be in the test group? So I think Khali kind of answered that. There's no cost to be in the test group if you have Joel's early access. So like Julianne, I know that you already have Beachbody on demand, so you would just need the early access for Lift 4. And then that would give you access into Joel's test group. If somebody doesn't have on demand, you would win a challenge pack to get into that. And then as far as what weights, you're lifting as heavy as you can go. Basically the idea is to like go as heavy as you can go to where, and then go back like 2 pounds. I personally am using like 15s, 20s, 25s. I'll probably use some 30s. I probably could use even heavier. I find that 15 to 30 range for me, I just like it. Like I could probably go heavier, but I like it. So if you are just, so I'm just saying this to anybody, if you're just starting, if you're a woman and you're just starting, I would say, Lindsay would probably be good to help me with this. I think probably 5, 10, 15 might be a good range. Gold's Gym at Walmart actually has, I'm gonna type this in here, Gold's Gym brand adjustable weights. They're vinyl, Walmart. They are $19.99, and you can build your weights from like 5 pounds to like 20 each. So I think I have those. Now I have nicer ones, but those have been awesome. Okay, Khali said she's gonna be 5'8", 10, and she was the one who has to modify because of a shoulder injury. Any other questions? Just had a look at the bot app, and I'm not sure we get in the UK right away. Okay, I'll have to check that, Vince. Yeah, does anybody else have any questions before we hop off? Let's see. You guys are welcome to, you know, I'm going to end